Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Monday, happy Monday. Hope everybody had a very safe and yet prosperous weekend with with your loved ones or the people close to you. But man, had a hell of a weekend in boxing, and we got a hell of a weekend coming up in MMA. Man, got a grudge match going on between Kamaru Usman's sons, Kobe Covington and Jorge Masvidal. I can't wait for their fight. Got a very exciting card going down, man. What's going on, Taylor Bell, Eric Gomes, Dorian Burnett? What's going on, man? G Brown, salute to y'all, man. Salute, salute. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat. If anybody want to come up, man, we'll talk about these fights going on this weekend. Welcome to MMA Monday, everybody. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead and put this link in the chat real quick. Man, I'm excited about these cards this weekend. Oh, yeah, we also have PFL coming back. Even though I hadn't seen what's going on, D, salute. Even though I hadn't seen what's going on in that card, I think it's just going to be a prospect card. I don't think the tournament is starting back up just yet. I think that'll start up later on this spring, probably early summer, probably about May or June. And it'll probably carry on until early next year, man. But got some good news and I got some bad news as far as these cards shaking up. The big news, I'll start with the good news, man. We finally got it, people. We finally got it. One of the biggest hype trains this side of combat sports, Khamzat Chimaev. Everybody's saying he's the boogeyman of the UFC. Dana White's giving him this push. And you know he's done exactly what he's supposed to do in that octagon, man. But he's been talking real reckless here lately. He's calling out the top guys. You even got some fans who are pushing him towards a title shot that, in my opinion, he hadn't earned. But guess what? By damn it, the beautiful thing about MMA is we don't have to wait 4 and 5 years for these guys to prove themselves. Dana White, if he likes you, he will give you that push. And unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, sometimes he can push you too far. You got guys like Conor McGregor in the past who got to skip the line because he had the bravado and he beat some guys. Although context matters in these situations, but he did beat Jose Aldo. You know, he did beat Chad Mendez, who was a top 3 opponent at that time. But what I can't get down with is the Dennis Sievers of the world. You understand what I'm saying? And then you got the other case. You got the other side of it, man. You got a guy like Yair Rodriguez who got pushed to the top before he was ready. And Frankie Edgar got him out of there pretty quickly. Well, it was pretty much a beating, man, and saved that kid. And it kind of derailed that kid's career for a while. So, you know, it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't. But this is something that a lot of fans have been asking for. You know, if Khamzat Chimaev is that guy, which he believes he is, and, you know, all top of the food chain athletes should believe that they're that guy. But it comes a time where you got to prove it. And he just got an opponent. He's going to be fighting on the next pay-per-view, not the one coming up this Saturday, but he's going to be fighting on the next pay-per-view against Gilbert Burns. That's right. You heard me, Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns, who was a former title contender, former title challenger. You know, he's got impressive wins over Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Tyron Woodley, amongst others. One of the best grapplers in the world. You know, we throw that saying around, world-class grappling or world-class jiu-jitsu. We throw that term around very loosely, but Gilbert Burns is the epitome of what you mean by that. He's actually won in Abu Dhabi. He's won championships all over the world in just jiu-jitsu. He was one of the best jiu-jitsu players in the world before he even transitioned to MMA. So we're going to find out exactly who and what Khamzat Chimaev is all about with this fight, man. And I think that fight's going to be next month in April sometime. And I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm extremely excited about that fight. Extremely excited. And the beautiful thing about this is if Khamzat Chimaev somehow manages to beat a guy like Gilbert Burns, who is, like I said, a top of the food chain guy in that 170-pound welterweight division, which is owned by King Kamaru Usman, he'll be right in line for a title shot after that. The UFC and MMA does not play around with their rankings. Their rankings actually mean something. If you beat that guy, If you beat that guy, you take his spot. See Derek Lewis and Tai Tuivasa a couple weeks ago. Tai Tuivasa was ranked, I think at that time, I think he was ranked like number 11 in the world in that division, in UFC heavyweight division. He beat Derek Lewis, who was number 3. And guess what? Tai Tuivasa is now number 4, knocking on the door of a title shot. So, you know, these guys, man, all you got to do is get in there and prove it. Get in there and prove it. This would by far be one of the most impressive wins in the division, and by far would be Khamzat Chimaev's best win if he somehow manages to beat Gilbert Burns. So I'm very excited for that fight. What's up? What's up, T. Berry? What's going on, man? Yeah, last weekend was pretty good, man. It went kind of how I thought it would, even though I thought Bobby Green would make a better fight of it, you know, but he did what he could, man. He said he did what he could. You got some MMA fans out here who I don't share their opinion, but you got some fans out here who think he just came in and laid down. But you know, I don't think that was the case. But you know, you got Islam Makhachev, man, who's on a bit of a hot streak, man, and by far, I'm not gonna say by far, but so far, Bobby Green was his best win. So far, Bobby Green was his best win, man, and you know, I look forward to what this guy has coming in the near future. He's screaming title shot, and it's hard to ignore. It's hard to ignore 10 straight wins. That's hard to ignore. But of course, you got my guy Leon Edwards, who, although he's already lost to Kamaru Usman before, he's won. I think he's won 9 or 10 straight. And that's why he's going to be the next in line, seeing as how Kamaru Usman has already knocked off Colby twice, and he's already knocked off Jorge Masvidal twice. He's pretty much cleaned up the division. So he's in the same boat as his fellow Nigerian brother, Israel Adesanya. They're just looking for new blood in the division. So, like I said, man, if Khamzat Chimaev can manage to win against Gilbert Burns, he'll get that new blood. But yeah, I'm gonna go on to the card for this weekend, man. Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal. This is a grudge match between two guys who were former training partners, two former friends. They were thick as thieves down there in that gym, one of the premier gyms in MMA, American Top Team. One of the premier gyms. You got so many killers coming out of that gym. So many killers, so many champions. You got Kayla Harrison down there now. You got Dustin Poirier down there now. You had Amanda Nunes until she left after her last fight. She said she's going to open up her own gym. So we'll see what happens with that. And just so on and so forth, man. There's so many killers down there. That is a huge gym. I've never seen the campus in person, but you know, talking to people who've actually been there and listening to fighters who've actually been there, they said it's top of the line, and it's just nothing but murderers in that gym. So, but yeah, Jalen, I saw where Islam Makhachev called out RDA short notice. I would love for them to take that fight, especially since the co-main event. Man, I hate that for RDA. Just listening to him today on Ariel Helwani show, you could just sense the disappointment in him. He was looking forward to a fight he hadn't fought in 16 months. He's coming off a 16-month layoff. But he was looking forward to fighting. You know, he hadn't fought in a while. And him and Islam Makhachev, you know, they've had that Tony Ferguson, Khabib Nurmagomedov type relationship when it comes to fights. This guy pulled out, then this guy pulled out, then this guy got injured, and then this guy took another fight. And so these guys have just missed each other. In my opinion, I as of last week, I was saying, you know, Rafael dos Anjos has found a way out of that fight twice. So I don't see why they wouldn't make that fight. Rafael dos Anjos, RDA said he's more than willing to do the fight, and he was even saying 165. You know, let's get it going at 165 or 170. Islam Makhachev just coming off a good win, like I said earlier, over Bobby Green, and he's still in fight shape. He just fought a week ago, didn't take any damage. So, you know, I wouldn't ask the man to cut down to 155 even though he didn't have to cut down to 155 last week because Bobby Green was a short notice replacement. So I would love to see that fight. Whether it's at 170 or 165, I would love to see that fight happen. But as of right now, it's Monday. We're going on Tuesday, and Rafael dos Anjos does not have an opponent. So we'll wait and see what happens there, and we'll just wait and see what happens there. It's kind of one of those wait and see things. Anthony Alexander Usman is going to have on his wrestling shoes against Leon. Dangerous fight. Yeah, man, listen. He mauled Leon in that first fight, out-wrestled him, got off a lot of good ground and pound. But, hey, that fight was about 7 years ago now, I want to say. Yeah, it's been about 7 years ago, 7 years ago now. I think that fight happened in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. 2015 or 2016, if I'm not mistaken. I think it happened in 2015 because it happened before we had Reebok fight kits. So I'm thinking 2015 because the fight kits came around in 2016. So, yeah, I think it happened about 7 years ago. Listen, both guys have grown in their career and their skill set. So I think it's the perfect time for this rematch to happen, especially since Kamaru Usman's beating everybody else. And Leon Edwards has been a victim of circumstance. He was poised for a title shot a couple years ago, but then we all know what happened with the shutdown and everything. And unfortunately, he was locked over in the UK where he couldn't get out of the country. So he had to sit by and wait and watch guys like Gilbert Burns and guys like Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal. He had to sit by and watch all these guys get the title shot that he solely deserved. And Jay Gibson, salute. He had to sit by and watch all these guys get these title shots, man. And it was unfortunate. But I think now we're at a place to where he's finally going to get the title shot that he deserves. And hey, I'm waiting for it to be on that UFC Africa card. Dana White or whoever's listening, if this message somehow, manages to make it to anybody in the higher-ups in the UFC, I want to know what's going on with the UFC Africa card. We have 3 African champions, as you can see on my avatar. That is King Francis Ngannou of the heavyweights, King Kamaru of the welterweights, and you got King Israel Adesanya of the middleweights. Let's get that UFC Africa card. I don't care where it is, whether it's South Africa, Nigeria, Morocco. All these places have good MMA followings. They have a lot of great fighters coming out of these regions. And you have a Nigerian fighter on this card with Kennedy and I can't say his name for nothing. Nchekwu, I think that's how you say his name. I hate to butcher people's names, so I try not to even pronounce it. But yeah, man. You got guys like Hakeem Dawodu, Super Sadiq Yusuf. What's my guy's name, man? He's in what weight class is he? He's in 125. His name escapes me right now, but damn it, man. He just fought not too long ago. Oh man, I can't think of his name. But yeah, we have plenty of the UFC has, I keep saying we. The UFC has plenty of fighters to fill out that UFC Africa card, man. Why not? We've been to Sweden 2 or 3 times. We've been to Brazil, God knows how many times. They have a fight card in London coming up here soon. I think it's in May, if I'm not mistaken. We have a fight card in London. Where else have we've been to Chile? We've been to Uruguay. We've been to where else have we been in the UFC? Been to a lot of places, man. Been to a lot of countries. Canada several times. Been to Mexico. So, I don't see any reason why we can't get that UFC Africa card. They claim that they're investing in Africa, trying to build some more UFC performance institutes over on that continent. And I think just putting on a card there would be great, But another fight on this card, you got Edson Jr. Barboza versus Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell. Now listen, I love a good scrap as much as everybody else on this panel and everybody listening. Edson Barboza and Bryce Mitchell is going to be a contrast to style. Edson Barboza is probably one of the best Muay Thai kickboxers we've ever seen come through the UFC and MMA. He has fast, very fast, powerful kicks. He has the most leg kick stoppages. He has the most leg kick stoppages in the UFC. And he has no windup. There's no windup to his kicks. He has very violent and fast kicks. He's decent on the ground, but I wouldn't say he's good. He's been mauled a couple times on the ground, especially by, the former UFC lightweight champion, now coach / promotional runner himself of Eagle FC, and Habib Nurmagomedov, which Habib mauled everybody. Yeah, Tone Brown, I was speaking about that earlier. I would love for Islam Makhachev to step in on short notice. These guys have had a little correspondence back and forth on social media. And Rafael dos Anjos was like, yeah, man, I was supposed to fight. He was actually supposed to fight 2 weeks ago, but his opponent was having troubles getting into the country with his visa. With his visa and his passport, he was having troubles getting into the country. His opponent being Rafael Fiziev. And Fiziev, not Fiziev, Fiziev. Gotta be butchering these guys' names, man, but forgive me. But he was having trouble getting into the country. He was having trouble with his visa. So finally, today or yesterday, the final word came out, and he's not going to be able to fight due to having the virus. So, that's an unfortunate situation. But Rafael dos Anjos has said, hey, I'm looking forward to fighting. I've been out 16 months. I'm moving. I need to get back. I need to get back to Brazil because he's actually moving back to Brazil to be with his kids. What's going on, Meg? Salute, bro.
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's good, man? What's good? What's going on? 817 NGZ03. Salute to y'all, man. Islam will submit RDA. Hey, let's make the fight happen.
It's all ran through, but we knew that was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen that fast.
I didn't think it happened that fast, but it went kind of how I thought it would, man. I thought it'd be more of a submission, but it kind of okay, 817. Hey, do me a favor. I need you to hop on the panel real quick, and I need you to put any type of contact information in the private chat, so I'll be able to look you up when I get out to Dallas. But yeah, let's see the fight. This is a great time for this fight to happen. Both guys have been wanting this fight for a long time, and RDA doesn't have an opponent because Fiziev had to pull out. Whether it was visa issue, first it was visa issues. Now he has the virus, so he's not going to be able to fight. So let's make this fight happen. Let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. I'm all for it. But did you hear the big news? Did you hear the big news, Mick?
What happened?
Hamzat Chimaev and Gilbert Burns is happening on the next card. On the next card.
On the next card?
Yeah, on the next pay-per-view. The next pay-per-view, man. No, not on this card. Not on this card. It's happening on the Korean Zombie. It's happening on the Korean Zombie versus Volkanovski card. 817, what's going on, my brother?
What's happening, fam? What's up, Max?
What's good, big dog?
Shit, chilling.
Hey,
excited.
Turn down your TV, Max. Turn down your TV.
Excited, right, bro. Locked them tickets in tonight, so it's on and popping. Plus, I'm taking a cruise the following day, so.
Heard that. Yeah, I'm getting in and getting out, man. I ain't gonna hang around Dallas too long. I'm gonna come in, watch the fights, kick it with y'all fellas, and I'm getting the fuck on.
Oh yeah, that's the move. That's the move. Come down there, have a good time, watch the fight, get on to the house.
Heck yeah, man. All right. Well, yeah, man, got a great card coming up this weekend. Great card. I was just about to get into that Edson Barboza and Bryce Mitchell fight, man.
Oh, fuck that. I'm about to prank call you, 817. It's on now.
See, I already know. See? Yeah, I already knew. I say, damn, Mex in there, so he gonna see that boy. But it's all good. I ain't tripping.
Nah, it's all love, man. Hey, where's the Ugas? It's in Texas? The Spencer Ugas fight?
Yeah, it's
in Texas, bro.
Yeah, it's at Jerry World, bro.
Oh, damn. I wish I could go. That should be lit.
Man, you can come, man.
I'm going to start taking right now for Bud and Spin.
Tickets ain't that bad, bro.
Yeah, but fight, telly, everything adds up. You know what I mean?
Man,
Oh man, you got it.
yeah, Max, you so tight everywhere else. You can pay for this shit. You ain't buying them fights out there. I mean, you can pay for this.
Man, shit. If I have all these fucking festivals and concerts coming up, I might have wiggled it in.
Tell the truth, your tricking bill too high for you to come out here. That's what it is.
Might come out there and not want to leave, huh?
The only thing I'd ever trick on is a midget. That's it. That's the only thing on the list.
You in center with these midgets, man.
Freaky, man.
That's the only thing I pay for. You can't find one in the wild, man.
So, you know, he out there in California, man. They got all kinds out there.
Jaquan Pickett, G. Brown, salute to y'all, man. Salute. But yeah, man, this Barboza and Bryce Mitchell fight, dog. Listen, I'm such a fan of Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell. Dog. He reminds me of every white boy I ever grew up with in my life. Just cool as hell. All he want to do, you know, might want to fight a little bit, but he just want to go out in the woods, hunt a little bit, you know, drink him a couple, and just talk a little shit. Man, he cool as hell. In the meantime, he's snatching up next. So I love this fight, man. I love to step up against Edson Barboza. What you got, man?
I got Thug actually taking it. I think Barboza's on the decline of his career right now. So I think Bryce could catch up, could get it, but Barboza still got some strikes though. So you still got to always be conscious of those kicks. But
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good fight though. I like the matchup.
Yeah, this is a perfect step up for Bryce Mitchell, man. He's 14-1. He's still ranked I think he's ranked 10th. He's either 10th or 11th. I know he's ranked. He might even be higher than that. I'm not sure. But last time I saw, he was like 10th or 11th. So, yeah, man, this is going to be a good fight.
What about Musashi, man? What about Musashi, though?
The most him and Mighty Mouse are the two most underrated fighters of this generation. By far. It's not even close. I texted my friend DB the other day, man, my brother. I was like, man, I would pay whatever. What's good, L-Dub? Shout out to L-Dub, man, keeping me live on the boxing news, man. I texted my guy DB. I was like, man, I would give whatever to see Izzy versus Musashi.
That'd be a good fight. I mean, Izzy's running out of people over here, so.
Yeah. And let's not forget, before Musashi left in free agency, because he didn't get cut by the UFC, he didn't leave on bad terms. The man just left because he had a better relationship with Scott Coker, because Scott Coker was just taking over there in Bellator. He had a better relationship with him, and he enjoyed working with Scott Coker, and he was getting the sponsors back. He was going to be making a little bit more money. So, you know, you really can't blame the man for leaving. But let's not forget, people, this is the same Gegard Mousasi who stopped Thiago Santos. That same Thiago Santos who gave John Jones a hard 5-round fight. Gegard Mousasi stopped him. He stopped Chris Weidman. So Gegard Mousasi's been really good for a long. He was a former Strikeforce light heavyweight champion, man. We can't forget that. Gegard Mousasi is one of the best middleweights in the world. Yeah, Bellator came on earlier in the day. T-Berry, salute Champion Hart. It came on early. The card started. I think the card started about 3:00 in the afternoon here, my time, which is Central Standard Time. The card started about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon because they were fighting over there in Ireland. You had Conor McGregor over there, drunk as hell, rooting on his countrymen. So, you know, it was a good time over there. I thought Mr. Van Zant would put up a better fight than that. I really did. Man. No, dog. Like, it seemed like the first 2 or 3 strikes he got clipped with, he folded. I thought he put up a better fight. I thought he put up a better fight than that. Yeah, the card started at 3:00 in the afternoon here, T Berry. Like I said, because it was over in Ireland and the time difference. So, the card was done by like 6:00, 6:30. So
yeah, I only watched the last few fights because that shit was so early when I seen it. Oh fuck, man! I had to hurry up and find the stream real quick.
Yeah,
but,
I think Josh Taylor. I turned off Josh Taylor and turned on the Bellator card.
Man, that Josh Taylor was man.
Man, don't even get me started.
I like the way Josh Taylor said, hey, he deserves immediate rematches, run it back. And, hey, Josh got hard, he got my respect if he follows through, which I think he will. But we'll see.
Nah, man, Josh Taylor ain't going back down to 140. Hell no. For what? Take that ass whooping again? Hell no. But then again, he ain't got nothing but ass whoopings waiting on him at 147 anyway. So, okay, 10-4 hours 5. Yeah, man. I'm sorry you missed it, bro. But hey, if you got the Showtime app, you can go back and watch it. It should be up. It should be up sometime this week. Yes, sir. But Bryce Mitchell, man, very, very strong grappler. He's one of the only MMA fighters who's actually landed the twister. He's landed a couple times in the cage. The twister, it is a very, very, very complex submission to lock up. Only a few people have actually even done it, let alone in a fight. So I think he's landed it 2 or 3 times, Max?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, he said in one interview, he was like, y'all call that jiu-jitsu, I call that wrestling. So, if anybody, it's very complicated. It's hard for me to explain it. Hell, it's hard for even the jiu-jitsu masters to explain it. If anybody out there, if my guy Picasso's listening or my guy DB's listening, if y'all could explain the twister to the casual fans or the fans who are just coming on and really don't know what they're looking at, please be my guest and come on, man. But it's a very, very complex submission to lock up, and Bryce Mitchell has landed it a few times. Pretty much, he's gonna come out and he's gonna try to maul you. He's gonna grab a hold of you because he's what we call country strong.
Go to the chat. Yeah, I got my little homie right here. I'm telling him to join the panel. He actually, what are you, 19? He's 19 and he got a fight with 1 fight under your belt so far. Yeah, they got little local MMA going. Drop the link.
Tell him to join the panel. Tell him to join the panel. I'll drop the link. Best Pugilist, my guy. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, try to use your headphones for the best bet. So just go to the live chat and there'll be a link right there. Hold on, I'm gonna walk him through one second.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna put the chat. I'm gonna put the link back in the chat. Hold on. Yeah, but while they're getting that situated, man, I'm excited for Bryce Mitchell in this card, man. I'm really excited for him. Another fight on this card. You got your guy, my guy, Kevin Holland. Is Francis Ngannou going to bare knuckle? His contract isn't up with the UFC yet, Champion Hart. I think he's still got a couple months left on his contract, but he's in renegotiations now. But while he's in renegotiations, I heard the same interview. You had the CEO or president of Bare Knuckles saying they're going to make a play for him. Now, who in their right mind would fight Francis Ngannou without gloves is beyond me. So I don't know how you're going to make any money off of him. But, hey, if Francis decides to go that route, hey, more power to him. He's making the best decision for him in his career. But I really hope he stays in UFC. I really do. But, yeah, man, I've seen reports of where, not only Francis, but they're going after a lot of high-profile, a lot more of the high-profile MMA fighters, and even some boxers they're going after. I don't know where they're getting this bag from to sign all these people. and put these fights on this app. But hey, more power to them. I hope they don't run out of money, because if they get some more credible fighters and not guys who have been washed up for a while, huh?
Did you watch it? Did you get that?
Yeah, I went back and watched a couple of them. I went back and watched a couple of them, man. I watched Hector Lombard, one of Hector Lombard's fights.
Oh, and Hunt, the championship one.
Yeah, I went back and watched. I went back and watched Paulie Malignaggi get beat up. Just for my personal sake, I went back and watched Paulie Malignaggi get beat up. So let me see. So yeah, this him, the Prophet, Mullah the Prophet. Okay.
Yep.
What's going on, brother? Talk to me.
How you doing?
Fantastic, man. What's going on? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Just living life. How's your day been so far?
Man, pretty good, man. I've had an easy night at work so far, man, and it's gotten even better now that I can get on here and talk a little MMA, man. I love seeing guys get beat up, but I hear you're a fighter yourself, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, the first question I always ask fighters when I get a chance to talk to them, do you really love fighting or were you just good at it?
I personally love fighting and I'm good at it, so it's both.
Gotcha. I mean, because you have guys like, just to go over the boxing real quick, Bud Crawford said he was just good at it, but then you got a guy like Errol Spence who said, to quote him, he's just a fighting motherfucker. You know what I mean? So, a lot of guys fall in love with the sport after they get involved in it. But then again, you have a lot of fighters who, I've been fighting since I was 6. I love this shit. So that's good. That's good to hear, man. You actually love the sport. So what weight class are you in?
I'm a welterweight.
Okay, so you're at 170. Okay, cool. What's your name and how can we see you fight?
Oh well, I have a fight in Texas, March. I want to say 25th. It was. It's in Dallas, Texas. It should be broadcasted. Should be televised.
Okay. What's your name?
My government name is Monte Price, but my ring name is Monte the Prophet Price.
Monte the I like that nickname. I'm a sucker for good nicknames, man. Nothing is ever gonna beat the Executioner for me. But Monte the Prophet Price. Okay.
Yeah,
March 25th, Dallas. Yes, sir. Monte the Prophet Price. So can you break down what's your style a little bit? What's your style?
Well, so I started out with Greco-Roman wrestling. So I had a wrestling background. And then as I got older, I transitioned into Muay Thai. So now I've been studying a lot of Muay Thai.
Greco-Roman and Muay Thai. Oh, wow. So which base, as a fighter yourself, which base do you think is easier to start off with, a striking base or a grappling base?
Personally, I say a grappling base because, as a lot of fighters come out striking-wise, you see them get dominated by a lot of great wrestlers, like a lot of wrestlers who can get their hands on you, such as Islam. As soon as he got his hands on Bobby Green, it was over. And I knew that personally.
Okay. Yeah, man, you hear a lot of guys saying wrestling is the best base to start off with, but I would think it would be the opposite. I think it'd be better to, just on the outside looking in and as a fan, hey, all fights start on the feet.
Right.
So if I could keep it here, if I could just work on my takedown defense and just, work my striking from there, I figured that'd be the easier transition. But you hear a lot of fighters saying that's the best base to work on. That's why a lot of European fighters weren't able to translate when this first started out, because you had the American wrestlers dominating. You had the American wrestlers and you had the Brazilians with jiu-jitsu. The grappling really dominated the sport for a long time.
Right.
Yes, sir. So tell me, who are some of your favorites coming up?
My personal favorite always will be GSP. My second personal favorite will be Anderson Silva. Those are my two mains. I used to like John Jones growing up. He was he used to ragdoll his opponents, but when I found out like all the scandals that were going on, like it just made me lose a lot of respect for him as a man.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's kind of derailed his own career, man. I hadn't seen him lose a fight in the octagon yet, but you know, the only person to beat John Jones so far is John Jones.
Right.
Yes, sir. My guy Champion Hart said that wasn't the case with Chuck Liddell, but see, Chuck Liddell had great takedown defense. He had great takedown defense, and then he had that Kempo and that kickboxing style. And his chin was a big weapon. That's why it was shocking when he started getting knocked out, man. But you hear all fighters say, "Hey, that chin's only got so many. That button's only got so many times it can get pushed." So some guys have 30 fights in their chin. Some guys have only 17 fights in their chin. Some guys have, 40 fights in their chin. You never know. But once their chin starts to go, hey man, listen. So what's your record, bro?
As of right now, I'm 1-0. I've had some okay sessions. I haven't had like any. I had an actual match in Seaside December. It went to decision, but I controlled the pace of the fight the whole time, taking him down, striking. It was just all around me. Okay, I think that's why I really like wrestling per se, because once you learn wrestling, it all comes naturally, because wrestling is great for your cardio. It's great for everything, full body workout, or at least to me personally.
I got you. So, any fights you looking forward to this weekend on this card?
That Kobe is looking nice, but none.
Yeah, who y'all got in that fight? By the way, I didn't even ask who y'all got in that fight.
I got Covington. It's just a matter of who can take that chin, who can take that punch. And Covington was taking blows with a broken jaw from Usman. Masvidal got knocked out by Usman. That's how I'm looking at it. If it's gonna turn into a striking battle, then that's how I look at it. Whoever could take that bigger punch.
Gotcha. But see, Kobe's not really a power striker like that, man. His thing is more so volume.
Right.
His pace.
I don't know how many TKOs he has on his resume, but I would bet it's less than 5.
Fuck, I don't even know. I'd have to look that up.
Yeah,
I just think the pace. I think the pace of Kobe is gonna be too much. I think it's gonna, and that's the thing. Like we were just talking about that jaw. Like Masvidal never got laid out like that. He was asleep. That wasn't no TKO. That was KO.
That was a KO.
Yeah. He went night. He definitely went night.
I mean, Kobe's not a power puncher, so he doesn't have that factor. But the jaw might be weak enough where he don't got to. Who knows?
Who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah, T-Berry, Covington and Masvidal used to be friends. They used to be
best friends
and training partners. Best friends. I'm talking about they were close.
They were like brothers, which is crazy to me.
Which is crazy, man. I see. Part of me wants to believe that this is all for show. That since they're both Kamaru Usman's kids, part of me wants to believe that this. I mean, he mopped up Masvidal twice. He stopped Kobe in one fight and then beat him soundly in the other fight. So, they're both Kamaru Usman's kids. So it's part of me wants to believe this is just a sibling rivalry right now, and they're doing this to get a payday. They're using each other to get a payday. But the other part of me, just listening to the story, apparently Kobe didn't pay one of the coaches from American Top Team,
right.
So that's why he got kicked out of the gym. And Masvidal had to cover his tab, and Kobe, they felt the way about each other after that, man. So I don't know how much of this story is true. I don't know how much of it is just trying to build a fight with each other. But part of me wants to believe, as a fan who loves this shit and who loves entertainment. What's going on, Mark West, Rob G. Film? What's going on, y'all? Part of me wants to believe that this shit is real. That the animosity is real. and it's not
show
another part
business.
of Kobe's shtick. What's going on, Reggie? My guy. Super boxing conversation with Reggie Owens, aka Box News at 6 with Reggie Owens. You know what I mean?
What up,
Second
Reggie?
time I tried that, it didn't
Reggie?
land. But it's all good though. But it's all good. Yeah, man. Reggie got the most informative but depressing videos on his damn channel, man. Like, you're gonna get some good information, but god damn, this shit's gonna be depressing. But shout out to my guy Reggie though, man. I like Reggie. We were just talking about how much respect, just to pivot a little bit. I was just telling him earlier about how much respect I have for guys like Usyk and Lomachenko, and I think Deverenchenko went home, and I think Postol was on his way home as well to fight in the war against Russia that's going on right now. I have nothing but respect for those guys who chose to put their careers to the side and fight for their country. Nothing but respect for them. Hey, where you go?
They're beasts for that, man.
Yeah, man. I got nothing but respect for those guys. There he is.
Especially Lomachenko. He's like 5'2", so he's out there still.
Not even that, man. He's turning down a big opportunity in his personal life. They're all putting their country, man. Even the Klitschko's, who, all these guys could have tucked tail and ran to another country, but they didn't. They stayed and they fought. So nothing but respect for those guys, man. Nothing but respect.
Yeah. Let's just hope they don't end up dying. Shit.
Yeah, man. I hope it. Man, I just personally, I hope this ends pretty quickly.
Hey, if Lomachenko dies, they're gonna say he's the GOAT.
He'll definitely be a hero in his country. No doubt about it. He'll definitely be a hero.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I'm talking about the boxer. He's gonna overhype the boxing.
Yeah, but yeah, man. We'll get back to this card in a second, but I want to go back to this news, man, because it really got my juices flowing today for the show, and I just heard it probably about a couple hours ago. Dana White announced the fight. It's official. Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns, UFC 273. Let's go.
That's nice.
I got Chimaev.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I got Gilbert. I'm liking Gilbert in that.
No.
I'm liking Gilbert in that fight. I'm liking Gilbert in that fight.
That one.
I'm liking Gilbert in that shit, man.
Well, Gilbert is
you hate Chimaev, boy.
I don't hate Chimaev. Hold on, y'all go ahead.
That's a hard one. Personally, that's a hard one. I don't know.
That's Chimaev all day.
I personally got Chimaev, but still, that's gonna be a good one.
I got a dominant win from Chimaev too. Not even close. We'll see though. Let's see. I think he better on the hands. I mean, Usman controlled Burns with a jab, yo. Like, so as long as you stay away from the bomb, you should be good with him.
Hey, man. Khamzat ain't Usman, dog. Like, Usman is 1-1. And don't forget now, I quickly forget, Burns dropped Usman in that fight. He had Usman in deep shit for a minute in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen. Ain't gonna be no goddamn picnic taking Gilbert Burns down now.
Right.
Oh no, man.
And even if he does, he might just get fucking choked out. See, this is the style of fight that I've wanted to see Khamzat Chimaev in. This is somebody who he's not gonna be able to run over. He's gonna grab Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns knows how to grapple with the best of them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? He's seen everything. Man. He is a world champion grappler, world champion jiu-jitsu player, legit world-class jiu-jitsu. I don't think Khamzat has seen anything like him. Hold on, let me get Max back in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I'm taking Gilbert all day, every day, and it's not because I hate Chimaev. I don't have anything against Khamzat Chimaev.
You hate his lip. You hate his lip.
No, it ain't even that. It ain't even that, brother. It's not that, brother. My guy, you got what, 9-10 fights and you calling for a title shot? And when you fought absolutely nobody in the top 10, this is your time. He beats Gilbert Burns, I'll shut up. I'll start believing the hype. But I've said ever since this hype started, ever since they got it ranked, because Kevin Holland fought 5 times in 2020, I think, as well, and he didn't get enough credit for that. Everybody wants me to be excited about Khamzat Chimaev because he ran over Gerald Meerschaert and he beat Li Jinliang, who has no striking whatsoever. I'm sorry, I'm not on the hype train. He beats Gilbert Burns, I'm on the train, son. He beats Gilbert Burns, I'm on the train, son. This is the style of fight.
He did manhandle him.
Yeah, yes, he did.
Talking trash to Dana White while holding him because he couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's disrespectful.
Hey, if that's prison, he's taking those cheeks, man. I'm just saying. Any man that lets another man do that shit to him, that's it.
Listen. I don't care nothing about you beating up on Darren Till and sparring. I care nothing about it. Because we all saw what happened to Darren Till as soon as his competition stepped up. But that's neither here nor there. I got Burns in this fight all day, every day, man. Khamzat Chimaev going to have to show me. He's going to have to show me. And I don't think he can get it done against Gilbert Burns. Somebody who's a better striker than him, because Gilbert Burns has better Muay Thai than Khamzat Chimaev. And somebody who he's not going to be able to run over in the grappling. And even if he does manage to take him down, he's not just going to be able to lay and pray on him. Because Gilbert Burns is going to be throwing up submissions left and right. He's going to have to move, and he's going to have to move his feet. He's not going to one-shot knock him out. And if he does, like I said, I'll shut up. But until then, Khamzat Chimaev is going to have to show me.
What card is that on, DJ?
That's on the UFC 273 card. That's on the same card as Korean Zombie and Volkanovski, and the same card as my guy Aljamain Sterling defending his title against Peter Yan.
Aljamain's gonna.
That's on that same card. That's on that same card, man. They
I
just
really
added
don't like
that card.
Aljamain Sterling.
Why not, man?
I just really can't stand him. Like, with a passion, the way he fight, everything about him is just. I hope Petroyan just destroys him. Like, I can't stand Aljamain. I swear.
Your brothers are supposed to stick together, man.
He's not my brother. He's not my brother today.
Not today. In jail, I got you.
See, listen. This is the thing with Aljo, right? Yeah, Jean Lejeune. We were just talking about that earlier, man. It's a damn shame his fight got canceled, but I would love to see Islam Makhachev step in and take that fight at 165 or 170. So, like I said earlier, these guys have been having a little correspondence with one another, back and forth. Nothing real crazy. Just, are you gonna take the fight? 170. Let's make it happen. And RDA said 165. Your guy Khabib has that weight class. Let's make it happen. 165. So, and then Islam Makhachev responded, is this your way of getting out of the fight? So, UFC, let's make that happen. Hunter, what's his name? Sean Shelby, make it happen. Us fans would love to see it, but man, back to that damn Gilbert Burns man, I'm so excited about that fight. I might even buy that card now.
This is a good card coming up this weekend. I mean, you still got that Kevin Holland and Cowboy Oliveira.
Oh God, man, that's gonna be a scrappy fight there. God, I love that fight. Yeah, Greg Hardy is fighting Speevack. He's fighting Speevack. This is the same Speevack that Tuivasa just knocked out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then you got Jalen Turner fighting Malarkey on this fight. You got Kennedy and Chekwu fighting on this card. You got Marina Moroz coming back off a 2-year layoff. She's also fighting on this card. She's fighting Agapova. She's fighting Agapova on this card. So that'll be a good scrap at 125. Who else you got on this card? You got Bam Bam Kelleher is fighting on this card too. He's fighting Khabib's cousin, Umar. He's fighting Umar Nurmagomedov on this card as well. Umar is undefeated. What else is there to say? He's another one of these Dagestani combat sambo guys, man. Somebody, like I say all the time, somebody better figure it out or they're gonna keep mauling people. But and some more news. Amasov, the welterweight champion in Bellator, he's also over in the Ukraine now fighting for his country. So it's looking like that that fight with MVP is gonna be postponed as well.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I saw that yesterday.
Hey, them Ukrainians are holding it down, bro. I enjoy them.
They holding it down, man. I got nothing but respect for them, dog.
It couldn't be me. and I'm proud to be an American, but I ain't put my ass on the front line and nothing for some other motherfuckers.
I hear you. Yeah, man, those guys, they take pride in that, man. They take pride in defending their country. They feel like, they feel a certain way about being invaded. So, those guys are on the front lines. I shared that picture earlier with Usyk. Usyk is out there, man. He's got an AK in his hand, man, ready to go. So you even got the president of the country out there ready to go. My guy says, Jean Lejeune says the Beat is my favorite fighter. Okay. The Beat has to come back. I'm about to say the Beat has to come back and fight. From what I've heard in the past, he's been turning down fights. So we'll see what happens with that, man. We'll see what happens. Yeah, hey, Rob G Film, if you're not following my guy Reggie Owens, go follow his channel, man. He's giving everybody a play-by-play of what's going on over there. He shared several videos. Man, it's war, dog. It's war. That's the only way I can explain it to you without getting too graphic on here. But it's war. They are truly at war over there, man. So if you had if you're not following my guy Reggie Owens, Reggie, if you're still in here, drop your Instagram on the drop your Instagram or put the link to your channel in the chat. And everybody go follow Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens if you hadn't already done it. My guy T. Berry said Spider is my favorite MMA fighter of all time. Hey, listen, one of my favorites, man, is really going to surprise people. But Anthony Pettis, dog. Anthony Pettis. Anthony Pettis is and will always be one of my favorite fighters. Not only was in his prime, was he exciting. He had an exciting style. He was finishing people. He was a champion in not only the WEC and the UFC, but he fought everybody. Didn't duck any smoke. So, he fought everybody from the Poiriers to Max Holloway. He has a win over Charles Oliveira. He fought Eddie Alvarez, fought Cowboy Cerrone twice. I hate that fight between him and Aldo didn't happen in their prime. Damn it, man, I hate that fight.
Aldo with a
damn it, I hate that fight. What? You fucking kidding me.
Aldo would have beat his ass. Man, nobody was fucking with Aldo in his prime. Nobody was fucking with Pettis, dog. At that time, see, Anthony Pettis got injured. That's how, what's his name? Gilbert Melendez even fought for the belt. You hear what I'm saying? Anthony, no. It wasn't Gilbert Melendez. That was some time after. After he won the WEC title and they and the UFC bought the WEC and he came over, he was supposed to fight who was the champion at that time? I think he was supposed Benson Henderson?
No, Benson Henderson wasn't the champion at that time. He was supposed to fight somebody else, man. I'm trying to remember who it was. But he was supposed to fight the champion at that time. I want to say it was Benson, but I don't think it was Benson. Now, Goats Reggie, that's a different discussion. But T-Berry, Rampage was another one of my favorites. Now the GOAT discussion, that's a different discussion. John Jones, Anderson Silva, Fedor. You got to put those guys up there, man. You even got people putting Khabib up there now.
That's right.
You got people got GSP up there as a GOAT. So, that's a whole different discussion. But as far as my favorite fighters, man, it was Anthony Pettis. Anthony Pettis and then John Jones. But I'm trying to remember who the champion was, but Anthony Pettis actually had a knee injury coming into the UFC.
It was Frankie Edgar, and then it was Ben Henderson.
Yeah, okay. So it might have been Edgar. I think that's why it was Benson Henderson. Okay, thank you. But see, he had just beaten Benson Henderson for the title.
Yeah,
in WEC. In WEC, so he was supposed to come over as the WEC champion and unify the titles with, I think, Frankie Edgar at the time, but he ended up getting injured, and Benson Henderson ended up taking his place and beating Frankie Edgar. So then Anthony Pettis had to go the long way. He had to knocked out Joe Lozon, knocked out Cowboy Cerrone. He had a setback with Clay Guida. And then he went on to win a few more fights in a row. And then he ended up getting his shot against Benson Henderson and submitted him and won the belt. And then beat Gilbert Melendez in his title defense. So, yeah, I think it was Frankie Edgar at that time because Benson Henderson took the belt off Frankie Edgar. So yeah, man. Bro, when Lesnar beat Frank Mir.
I'm gonna end up sliding. I'm at my little brother's house right now. I'm gonna slide back home, so I'll probably be on like in about a half hour, 45. Be still on. If not, I'll probably catch you tomorrow.
All right, brother. You take it easy, man. I'm probably ain't gonna be on too much longer though, because I'm gonna have to get back to work here in a few minutes.
I feel it. Yeah, I'll probably just holler at you tomorrow then.
All right, bet, man. But great card coming up this weekend, man. I hope everybody check it out.
Oh man, you know we on that.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, GSP was a dog. He was a dog, man, but, as of right now, he's not even the GOAT in his own division. Kamaru Usman is making a strong case, man. I don't ever remember GSP completely cleaning out of the division. He beat a lot of great guys at that time. I'm never a guy to punish a guy for beating the guys in his weight class at that time, but we got to be real. We got to look at the guys who Kamaru Usman's fighting now and look at the guys George St. Pierre fought. Even though he beat Nick Diaz and he beat Matt Hughes, he got both of his losses. He got those back. Kane went to jail for a shooting today, Jonathan. Damn, that's crazy. I just seen he was training somebody. Dang, that's crazy, man. I can't believe he went to jail. But, damn, man, that's crazy. But damn, that kind of sidetracked me a little bit. I gotta bring it back a little bit now. Damn, that's some terrible news, man. But Kevin Holland and Cowboy Oliveira, listen, that fight is gonna be amazing. I can't wait for that fight. These guys are gonna swing and bang, and if it comes down to grappling, Kevin Holland has improved his wrestling. He's been out there at AKA with Daniel Cormier and Khabib and all those guys working on his wrestling. And Charles Oliveira has great jiu-jitsu. So I'm excited wherever this fight goes. This is gonna be a good fight. Sergey Speevack and Greg Hardy, what else can I say? They're heavyweights. Somebody's going to sleep. Greg Hardy ain't a grappler at all. He has no ground game at all whatsoever. But both of these guys have what you call, to quote my guy Josh Thompson, they both have dogs in their hands. And both guys are coming off knockout losses. So, somebody's going to sleep in that fight, man. Jalen Turner.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm good now. Yeah, I'm good now. My damn Bluetooth just died, y'all. Kane was shot. Oh, Cain Velasquez was shot? Oh, man, I didn't see that. I hadn't seen that pop up on any of my feeds, man. I hope everything's good with him. Had a road rage. Thank you, Reggie. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'll have to look that up, man, when I get off of here in a few minutes. damn, man. I hope everything's all right with it, man. I hope he pulls through. Damn, man, I hate to hear that. A road rage incident. God almighty, man. I hate to hear that. But T-Berry, yeah, man, just, I'm on here twice a week talking this MMA stuff, man. So, anytime you can, just hop on in. But Jalen Turner is fighting Malarkey in this next fight. Jalen Turner's won 3 out of his last 4. All four of his last fights have ended in stoppage. So either he's going to sleep, he's getting beat up, or you're getting beat up. Pick however this is gonna go. So, and Malarkey's also 2-2 in his last 4 fights. So this would be a good fight, man. Both guys are gonna swing and bang until somebody goes out, man. So we'll see what happens in that fight. That's also gonna be a great fight. You got Kennedy and Chekwu, as I've spoken about earlier, of Nigerian descent. He's won 3 out of his last 5 fights. Even though he was stopped in his last fight via TKO. He's a very big, powerful striker. He's 6'5". At the light heavyweight division, that's pretty big for that division, man. You talk about a guy who's about John Jones's height, but a little thicker than John Jones, and a very, very powerful striker, man. So he only knows one way. Either you're going to sleep or I'm going to sleep, man. So, like I said, he's been submitted in the past. He only has 2 losses. He's a great prospect coming up, and I hope he wins this fight, so he'll be in position if and when they make that UFC Africa card. He'll be in great position to be on that card, man. Who else we got on this card? Let's see. Like I was talking about earlier, we got a Agapova versus Moroz, 2 flyweights. This is going to be a good fight. You got Marina Moroz. She's coming off a 2-year layoff. She hadn't fought since 2020. And she's a jiu-jitsu practitioner. That's what she's going to do. She's going to strike just to get in close, to grab a hold of you. And 2 out of her 3 losses, she only has 3 losses in her career. And 2 out of her 3 losses came from former champion Carla Esparza, who was a former strawweight champion. And she lost to one of my favorite female fighters, which is Angela Overkill Hill, who has been the victim of some misjustice in this sport. She's been robbed more times of victories than anybody I can count in any type of sport. She has been robbed at least, out of her 7 losses, I think she has 7 or 8 losses. Out of those 7 or 8, she's been robbed at least half of those times, man. Some fights, she's had a lot of split decisions not go her way, but she's a highly skilled Muay Thai kickboxer. And she beat Marina Moroz by unanimous decision, and then she lost another decision to Carla Esparza. And Agapova has won 4 out of her last 5 fights, and all fights have been stoppages. She's got 3 submission wins. Has she been robbed more times than Badu? Yes, Reggie. She's been robbed more times than Badu Jack. Like, it's bad, man. It's especially if you want to see a true robbery, other than the fight that happened last weekend in Scotland, which y'all know which fight I'm talking about. If you want to see a true robbery, please, everybody go look up Claudia Godelia versus Angela Hill. Just put Claudia, because don't ask me how to spell her last name. She's Brazilian. Nice looking woman, but she's Brazilian. But yeah, man, the way the judges have treated Angela Hill, she doesn't get the benefit of the doubt at all. It seems like every split decision she loses. Just in her last fight, the way the UFC pay scale is worked out, you get a show money and you get a win bonus. Well, in a fight that I thought she won, she lost $73,000 because judges didn't know how to judge a fight. So she's been robbed at least 3 or 4 times in these fights, man. A lot of split. She even contemplated retirement. Hold on, turn my radio off. All right, sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, Champion Heart, it pisses me off to see her get robbed as much as she does, man. I've been trying to get her to come on different shows to really talk about her career and and see where her head is and how much longer she plans on going into the sport, how much longer she plans on giving to a sport that doesn't love her back. So But Agapova has 3 submission wins and 2 TKO wins in her last 5 fights. So, this ought to be a good fight. Then you got Brian Bam Bam Kelleher versus Umar Nurmagomedov, which is Khabib's cousin. And like I was saying earlier, he's another one of these Dagestani combat sambo fighters, which nobody's been able to figure out this style yet. Not everybody's good at it. Not everybody's good enough to execute it. But the ones who are good at it, they're all top of the food chain fighters. You can look in all of these different promotions. If you see on the card, they're from Dagestan or they're from that part of the world. You better pack 2 lunches because these guys they're gonna come to grapple. 3 out of his last 5 wins have all been by submission. The other 2 are by unanimous decision. So pretty much he's mauling people. And this is going to be in that 145-pound featherweight division. Brian Bam Bam Kelleher has won 3 out of his last 5 as well. He's what you call. He's the quintessential step-up fighter. He's a fringe top 15 guy. He's the perfect guy to throw your guy in there with, your prospect in there with, who Umar Nurmagomedov is. He's 13-0, like I said. He's the perfect guy to throw in there with a guy like Umar Nurmagomedov. He's 24-12, 11-12, I want to say. I think he's a grizzled veteran, has seen every style. But, he'll win as much as he loses. He'll win 2, lose 2. But he's a banger, man. He's going to come in there. He's going to throw leather. And he's willing to go out on a shield, man. Yeah, Champion Hart. That's what I was talking about earlier. Dana White himself talked her out of retirement because he saw that a few of those fights she actually won. A lot of people felt like she won. In fact, when Claudia Godelia got the win over her, the crowd booed. They booed. And I think they were, they were in America. They were in America. I don't think they were in Brazil. But the crowd actually booed the judges almost out of the arena, man. T-Berry, the criteria for scoring a fight in MMA is striking, effective striking, grappling, aggression, octagon or cage control. Those are the judging criteria in MMA. So you get these judges a lot of times who are coming over from boxing who don't really understand the techniques that they're seeing. So if somebody has their back on the mat, they perceive that as them losing because in their minds, that's octagon control. You get what I'm saying? So if you're on your back and you're not throwing up submissions, in the judge's eyes, you're losing because you don't want to be on your back and this person is holding you down. Now, what I hate, or if they're holding your back against the cage. Now, what I hate is when they separate them. It shouldn't be on the referee to restart it. It should be on the person who's being controlled to get out of that situation. You don't want to have your back to the cage, so get out of that situation. You don't want to have your back to the mat unless you pull guard trying to go for a submission, so get out of that situation. It absolutely drives me crazy when the referee, because the crowd starts to boo, that the referee will stand guys up. The referee by the name, which he's a great ref, fantastic ref, Dan Mergliotta, is probably the worst at this. If the crowd starts to boo for 10, 15 seconds, he will stop and stand these guys up. Yeah. Hey, Champion Hart, I feel you on that, man. It's got to be bad if Dana White. And that's why he even gave her a little pay bump. He even gave her a little pay bump to come back. It wasn't outrageous, but he gave her a little bump to come back for sure because she really was thinking about leaving the sport. She retired undefeated in kickboxing or in Muay Thai, Muay Thai. She retired undefeated in Muay Thai. And then she comes over to MMA and she's getting robbed left and right, man. So, it's kind of hard to work your ass off in training, do enough in a lot of people's eyes to win the fight, and you still don't get the win, man. That's very hard. That's very hard. Left to Die, salute, brother, salute. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. But yeah, man, it's But yeah, it's a lot of great fights going on this weekend. PFL has a card this Thursday. I'm not sure who's on the card. It says the Challenger Series when I go and look it up. So I'm guessing it's going to be a bunch of prospects trying to earn their spots in the next tournament that's coming up, which this tournament should start. Like I said, sometime late spring, early summer. Probably around May, the tournament's going to start up. So it's probably a bunch of men and women trying to earn their spots in the tournament that's coming up later on this year. But yeah, man, that's all I got for tonight. Change topic, bro. How do you feel about little bro? How you feel about Forrest starting to capture the shot to a certain degree? I'm not sure what you're talking about, T-Bear. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you're asking me, but it's all good though, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight, man. Like I said, make sure y'all check out that UFC card this weekend. I'm probably not gonna buy it. It's starting to capture the shot to a certain degree. Oh, you talking about power? Oh man, listen, it's definitely a slow cooker for me. I like the way the story is developing, but yeah, man, they gotta hurry and pick it up. We halfway through the season. I understand that Tommy's gotta get a firm hold of the city. He's starting to get a firmer hold of the city, starting to figure out how everything. They're starting to figure out everything. They're starting to figure out who and what Tommy is all about. But yeah, it's definitely a slow cooker for me, man. It's a slow cooker. It's gradually getting better, but it's a slow cooker. And my wife watches it. She's from Illinois, and where she's from is like 3.5 hours from Chicago. So she's had a lot of the city that she grew up in, Champaign, is Champaign and Danville, Champaign, Urbana, and Danville. They get a lot of people who migrate down from Chicago trying to get away from that city. So she's privy to a lot of the slang and a lot of the things that they're saying in the show. So, you know, it definitely helps while I'm watching it with her. She should do boxing and MMA. Probably Dale 0015. She probably should, man. She probably should, but I think she loves kickboxing. That's her style. She's Muay Thai till she died. You know what I mean? So, you know, how is she operating boxing? Yeah. How is she operating boxing when they take away half her weapons? So, you know, we'll see what happens with her. I think she has a fight coming up as well. I have to go back and research that, and I'll have more information for you on Thursday. But as of today, man, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Shout out to everybody who came through in the chat. My guy Dale 005, T Berry, Champion Hart, my guy Reggie Owens came through, Rob G Film, Jean Lejeune, shout out to Mix. And we got a fighter, man, Monte the Prophet Price. Hey, listen, I'm going to find a way to check out your fight, bro. I love watching prospects come up, man. I love watching y'all come up and love seeing y'all become champions. Hopefully one day I'll get to see you on Dana White's Contender Series, or Dana White's looking for a fight. But, you know, or even in Bellator, you know what I mean? Or even in the PFL. I look forward to watching you, man. And, you know, we'll get you on the show more often. Like I said, we do this if you're still listening, we do this every Monday and every Thursday. I appreciate you for coming on the show, man, telling us a little bit about you. Hopefully we get to know you even better, and we'll get to follow your career, man. But like I said earlier, if y'all haven't followed my guy Reggie Owens, his Instagram is in the chat. If you want to be, he's gonna keep you up to date with everything that's going on in the world today as far as news, and especially with the Ukraine and Russia conflict going on right now. He's gonna keep you up to date, man. I don't know how he finds this video, but he finds it. I don't know how he comes up with some. I don't know how he finds some of the stuff he finds, but he finds it, and he keeps us informed, man. So shout out to my guy Reggie Owens, man, and shout out to everybody who came through here. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me and just listening to me ramble on about MMA, man. I love this sport. I love boxing as well, but I've been cheating on boxing with MMA for about 10, 11 years now. So they give me the fights I want. So, and I don't have to wait years for them, man. So with that being said, I'm signing off for the night. Love y'all, man. Hope everybody have a safe day wherever you're going, whatever you're doing. Everybody just take care of yourself. And many blessings to everybody out there, man. Peace.
At the roots, he let the beats build, bitch. And we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section. Cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it cheap. Always be the same me. While I'm solid, boy, they can't change me. No.